In this section of the tutorial, I'll show you a little bit about applying effects. Generally, you want to apply the effects before you reach this 0 decibel mark. So I'm going to undo this amplify and fade that I just did in the last step, just to give us a little leeway here. So to apply effects, usually if you have a big file, you're just going to want to take a piece of the sound just because it'll take time to process. That'll just get you a feel for what it's going to sound like before you take the time to apply the effect to the whole track. We'll come back to effects. In this case, let's play with some delay effects. We can apply full reverb, and there's always a preview button. 5, 6, 5, 6. Right, stop. If we choose bypass, you'll hear the original sound. 5, 6, 5, 6. Now there's a little natural reverb from the room that I'm in, but it sounds very close up. If I choose, let's check one, church. Churches tend to have a lot of reverb in them. Choose preview. 5, 6, 5, 6. And stop. You can hear the difference there. Grand Canyon would give you a different effect. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. Or we could try a small club would give you a different sound. Concert hall give you a different sound. You can play with some of these and figure out which one sounds best. For voice, you want something really very subtle. Let's see what we have here. Let's try a medium vocal plate and see what that sounds like. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. It actually sounds a little unnatural to me. So I'm going to actually choose a different kind of reverb. So I'll cancel. This is just showing you some of the different effects we have here. Go to delay effects, and we'll choose studio reverb. On this, you can have a vocal reverb with a small setting, and preview. 5, 6, 5, 6. If you choose large, you have a different sound. 6, 5, 6. So I think what we'll do is choose a small vocal reverb because we really don't want a lot. And down here in the mixing section, the original signal, you want 70%, reverb 30%. So let's actually pull that back a little bit. So we have 80% and 20%. And say OK. We'll make sure this is what we want by hitting play. 5, 6. Right, and I'll just play from here so you hear the difference. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a very subtle difference, but it's there. So I'll hit undo because we don't want to apply it just to that part of the track. We want to apply it to the whole thing. So we can do Control A to select all, and then do it again. Effects, amplitude, delay effects. Go back to studio reverb and choose our small vocal reverb. Our preset was 80% and 20%. And we could actually use the defaults here, 70, 30. Let you hear it a little bit more. And if you want to, you can actually add this as a preset. We'll say Audition Tutorial Preset. Say OK. So if you're doing this on a lot of different tracks, you can just have your settings right there. OK. And now we'll play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you hear just a little bit of reverb. It's subtle. Not many people will notice it, but it will actually help the sound to be a little bit better. We can also play with other effects. I encourage you to go play with these things. Delay effects, you have echo would be pretty obvious. 1, 2, 3. All kinds of settings there. Filters, if you change your equalizer, let's try a graphic equalizer. This lets you see every frequency, and there's also presets here. So let's have vocal presence. We'll actually boost certain frequencies that bring out the voice. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I cut that frequency instead of boost it, you'll hear the difference here. 2, 3. So you can actually get to know the frequencies. You can reset all to 0 if you ever get lost. If you pull down the low frequencies, you'll hear it's a very different sound than if I push them all up. 5, 6, 7, 8. And so you can actually create some funky effects here too, which they have some preset for you. What else do they have here? They have some things that are good for certain kinds of music. It's just boost the bass way up. So you can experiment with this. You have AM radio settings, different megaphone settings, so some will sound better than others. So that's how to apply effects. Once you're done applying the effects, we can come back to amplitude, amplify and fade, calculate, and then say OK. And now we'll have the sound maximized with effects on it. So we can hit play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, and there's our sound with just a little subtle reverb. And again, Control S to save.